Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Georgiana with Expressions Craft Studio, and today we're doing another flower from the Paper Craftery. This is what she calls a striped flower, and I will link her video below. She used two colors. She used a pink and a black, which is actually one of my favorite color combinations, but I chose to use something different today because I had said I needed to make some more blue flowers. So I went with blue, and she used two colors, but I'm using three. I'm using my center coil color is this lighter blue, which is actually Blast Off Blue from Astro Brights. The color that I'm wrapping it with is Celestial Blue, and then the outer color I'm using is Lunar Blue. So I'm kind of doing an ombre effect. However, I have noticed I can't really differentiate this medium blue here, which is the Celestial Blue, but that's okay because I actually didn't want it to be too vibrant. I'm sorry, I just noticed a little piece on there sticking up. So I've gone ahead and made all of my petals, and then I've finished my coils. I did use my 10.5-inch strips for everything. What it took was 3 strips to do the center of each of these sort of petal segments, and then 1 strip to wrap in each color, the Celestial Blue and the Lunar Blue, to wrap twice around each one of those 3 pieces. Because I went ahead and coiled them, I think if I didn't say it already, I used the 13 slot just so I knew that they were all the same size to start with. And I've gone ahead and shaped my remaining petals except for this last one, which we're going to shape into the moon shape. But I forgot to show you how to do the kite, or the, I don't know what, I think it's called a kite. Anyway, I already had this petal laying over there, so I thought I'd show you. You're going to first pinch it into the teardrop, and then you're going to take a much smaller pinch for the top, and then that gives you your kite shape. So this green one's not a part of the flower. I just wanted to demonstrate how easy that is. So I'm going to set that back off to the side. We're going to go ahead and shape our last moon shape. And looking for my center, so I'm just going to pinch it on both sides, trying to keep that center in the center. And I tend to go slow, otherwise the center coils want to pop out. Now, like her, I'm using the handle of my needle tool to finish shaping that, and I just push it around there and give it a good squeeze. And then we're going to wrap. So I'm going to wrap a couple of the petals. Well, I'll wrap this first one, and then I'll pause it, and we'll go from there. So this, basically I've got a light, a medium, and a dark blue, but there's very little difference between the light and the medium. So I started to use black, but I really wanted something not quite so strikingly different. I thought the blue would be nice, but maybe if I had just used the light and the dark blue, it would have been different. But there's, there's always tomorrow or later today if you want to try different color combinations. So I just glue that first strip down. And I don't glue all the way around like she did. I just try to make sure as I'm wrapping it that I'm squeezing those points so that I don't have a lot of extra slack, so to speak. This is our second loop around. And we're going to trim that off. Give it a little bit of glue here. And then we'll wrap our darker color, which is right here. Again, I'm just going to give it some glue here on this one side. I kind of try to pull it down even with that point there, or the tip of the flower. That's just what works for me. You can start on the side, you can do it however you want to do it. So this is our second wrap. And we'll cut this and glue it. just kind of re-emphasize those points there. Now, I'm not going to show you how to wrap these because it's the same process. You start with the medium and then do the dark. But I will say that when I'm gluing the half moons, the strips around, I do glue it here on this side every time I go around, because otherwise it tends to kind of want to spring back to more like a straight across instead of following the curve. So I do glue those. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put you on hold is what I was going to say. I'm going to put you on pause while I do that, and then we'll come right back. Alright, we're back. We're going to glue this last 3 petal pieces together, and I just like to start on the inside of the curve. And I try to kind of keep my bottoms even. I did mess up on, was it this one? I didn't do something quite right. Maybe it was the way I shaped them, but I do like it when it points out a little bit more toward the top, if that makes sense. Alright, so now we'll do this one, and then we'll be ready to start assembling. We want to get that all the way to the end. There we go. And just place that together and just hold it for a moment. Try not to let it slide around too much. So we're going to finish letting that dry, and we will be right back. Alright, I did go back in and pinch the base of my petals a little bit more because it was going to make a really big hole in the center, bigger than I wanted. It was going to be, what did I measure? 16 millimeters or a little bit bigger. So this is smaller than the 13 roughly, so I won't have to make my center as big. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of glue this together, and I'm going to go ahead and try to cup it the way she did. I do have one of those I don't know what you call it, dome boards, or it's called the Quilling. letsquillon.com. I've had it for years, so I don't know if that still operates under that name or something different. So I'm just adding some glue to the side of the petals here, and I'm going to try to hold everything still because I kind of liked where I had it, and just push it together. I've been trying to get through this glue bottle because I filled it up with my Aleene's tacky glue, and I still have over half a bottle left, so it's very slow going. So again, we're just going to put some glue down here toward the base of the petal. And try and squeeze all that together. And I'm still trying to decide how I want to do the center of the flower. I've been doing a lot of fringe lately, and I like the fringe. Don't get me wrong, I like it. But I'm kind of wondering if I don't want to do something a little different. I did add some diamond glaze to the center of this yesterday. Yeah, so it's just kind of helped bring out the colors a little bit. It looks like it left a dot. Yeah, it left a little bubble in there, but that's okay. Alright, so let's finish gluing. We've got this last petal to do. I'm sorry, I'm like squirrel. Shiny. Distracted easily. It's funny because I've always been very detail oriented and focused, but as I've gotten older, that's kind of slipped away from me a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to press this together and hold it. And I think we'll just do a dome like she did. And I definitely want to use some light and some dark. I don't know if I want to use all three colors. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, I like that. Okay, so I'm going to put my pen in for a second here while I come up with a strategy. So I think, let's see, I don't have any extra strips of that anywhere. I do think you can kind of see the difference, so I'm gonna do, I don't know, should I do one of each? Is that going to be too big? I don't know. I do like that. I think that'll make a nice center. I could even go the other way around where I go dark to light. No, I think I'll go light to dark. Let's see. Alright, I decided to go with just what did I say, a 5-inch strip of the light blue, and then I'm going to do equal strips, 10-inch strips or 10.5 of the medium and the dark blue. So we'll glue those together. I'm going to have to switch my glue bottle because I've got the other one cupping my flower. Hopefully it will dry that way. I think I let it maybe dry a little too much. We will see. So we're just gluing these together. This Fairly Art glue, I do like it better, but it's a bigger bottle and I wanted to use up what was left in my pre-used bottle of the other stuff, of the Aleene's. Okay, so let's see here. Where's my, here it is. So we're gonna load our strip into our slotted tool and we're gonna start curling. Now I kind of wish I'd remembered that I like to do these bigger coils with the curling coach, but that's okay. We're just gonna go. There we go. Hopefully that's big enough. Let me see here. Pull this back in a little bit. I don't know. I think, oh, and I just let it uncoil a little bit. I think I need to add another strip, but first let me tighten that back up. Okay, so do we want to add another dark strip? Oh, you know what? Maybe we should add a black strip. I could even add a black piece of fringe. I don't know that I want the fringe though. Oh, but I'm so tempted. So very tempted. Let me see what this looks like. Hang on. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Let's see, where'd that glue go? So I'm gonna go ahead and attach my strip here to my fringe. I put on a little bit more glue there than I needed. Okay, let that dry before I start tugging on it. Put my pen back in. If I can hit the hole. There we go. Okay. So, let's see, I don't like the rolling by hand part when I've got fringe, but we're going to make it work. Somehow. How did I do this the other day? I don't quite recall. I think you just got to get it going, and then, oh, let's see, I keep undoing it. This is my frustration with the fringe. I really love the way it looks, but it's hard for me to hold on to it and keep my coil nice and tight. So here we go. Let's try it like this. Oops, it slipped off of there. I'm going to curl that back a little bit, see if I can. This is definitely where the wider strips would come in handy, because you have more to hold on to. Okay, so let's just go slowly. I didn't even measure this strip, so I can't even tell you how long this black piece is, but what I can tell you is I'm losing a grip on my coil. There we go. Okay, let's glue that down before I lose it again. Oops, didn't stick, did it? So maybe that's because I've got too much slack in there. There we go. Oops, now it's not even at the bottom. There we go. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I definitely let that coil open up a little bit, but that's okay. Doesn't look terrible. I'm going to push everything back down though for now while I curl these outward, or try to. You know what I might do on this fringy part? I've been trying to figure out, I kind of wanted some sparkly, and I don't know where my glitters are, but I do have my Wink of Stella pen here that would make some nice, give it a nice little sparkle. Oh, that looks good. Do I want that center to bump up a little bit? We'll have to wait for it to dry if we do, but yeah, I think that's not a bad idea. So just gonna go in here and give it a little bit of pressure from the back side so it doesn't get away from me. And I'm gonna get this glue because it gives me a little more drying time. So I just want to give it's a belated birthday shout out. I wasn't going to do this, but it's kind of a long lost story. Peyton, if you ever watch this, just know that Georgie and Dawn love you very much. And we miss you. We hope you're well. And we hope you enjoyed your 21st birthday, but not too much. Because, you know, that's a thing. Alright, what was I going to do? I was going to try and... It kind of got away from me a little bit. But I think it looks... alright. It's not really domed, it kind of just all moved up on me. Spread this around a little bit. That didn't really do much. Alright, let's see if I can kind of taper the outside edge back down a little bit. Well, it sounded good in theory, but it's not really working. It's just slowly moving the whole thing down. That's okay, I don't mind. Alright, so we've got our flower and our center, and look, my flower actually did dry with some dimension to it. Now, the downside is I've probably made that so big. Yeah, I did. It's way too big for that. Part of that's because it got away from me. I was hoping it would fit down in there, but it got too big. So I'm going to try and give it some squeezes. See if I can maybe get it to come together. I don't think I will be able to, but yeah, I might have to remake that center there. Alright, I'm going to pause you for a moment, and I'm going to come up with another game plan. Alright, I decided on half a strip of dark blue, half a strip of light blue, half a strip of dark blue. We're going to start there and see how that works. If we need to add more, we will. It won't be fringy though. Save that other flower center for a different flower. Yeah, we definitely need to add a little more. So I'm going to let this open up a little bit, and we're just going to take I think I'll do I'll go back to the light blue, or I could use the medium blue. I haven't used any of that. Let's do a strip of that. Okay, so I'm just going to slip this in here without glue. Try to keep it parallel. There we go. Alright, now let's see how that fits. And it's still a little too small. Alright, you know what? We're going to add a strip of black. Just one. Unroll this a little bit and slip that black in there just like we did the blue. That might have been a little too far. There we go. This will hopefully be big enough. Yep, I think that'll work. Alright, so I'm going to pull that off of there, give it a little bit of glue. Get that all kind of level to start, at least. And let's see, since we have this sit here, we might as well use it. Something kind of smallish. Maybe some a little smaller still, just to kind of get a very pronounced dome on it. Oh yeah, that's good. Alright, so we're going to fill this with glue, and then we're going to let it dry. And I'm definitely going to pause you because As you know, I don't let my glue dry long enough, and then it all just comes apart. So I'm going to glue it good. Maybe go take myself a little break, come back, put some here in the center, and finish up this flower, which I think is super cute. Get rid of that. We'll get this flower back out here so you can see it. It's got a little bit of a shape to it. I might let it rest in there a little bit longer. While I let this dry, let's see here. I'll spread this out a little bit. Alright, let that dry and I will be back. I'm going to give it 10 or 15 minutes. I should set a timer because I get too excited. Alright, we're back. I'm still not dry. And I'm trying to open my wink of Stella. There we go. I always try to pull the wrong end off. There we go. I had mentioned putting some of it on this fringed bit. So that's what I'm going to do. It's basically just a glitter pen. Oh, but that reminds me. I do have some Spectrum Noir glitter paint-ons. I could have used those as well. And we're just going to give a little bit down in there as well. Now this pen I bought was from Close to My Heart, but I believe there are other vendors that you can buy it from since they have now merged with Stampin' Up. But look at that. Can you see how pretty that is? I love it. I wish I'd thought of it sooner, but you know what? It's not too late. I think I might add a little bit to this too, but I have to be careful because it's still very wet. So we're just going to go gently around the center. And when it starts to, the bristle tip starts to dry up, just give it a little squeeze. Some more will come out. Oh, I like it. I don't know how well you can see it. Got a little bit there by accident. Let's see here. Look how pretty that is. Oh my goodness, I loves it. I do. Okay, so let's go back and grab some of these others now because, you know, why not? This one can definitely use some because it is just kind of plain. So we're going to squeeze a little bit out and just brush it along that fringe. You don't have to get all of it, you know, just kind of hit the tops of it. Oops. Had this for a few years. It looks like it might be starting to dry up on me. There we go. That just added a little bit of happiness. Sometimes the way I talk, I remind myself of Bob Ross. Not like I'm Bob Ross or anything, but I don't think that's even showing up on the camera, but you can see it in person. Just adds a little bit of twinkle to it. This piece is already pretty bright. I don't feel like it really needs it. How about this one? Maybe just in the center. I feel like it's gotten all gummed up. Here. Now I'm going to be glittery all day, or for the rest of the day. Oh, there we go. Now I've got it coming out of there. Just use that up. It shows up better on my finger. Let's see here. There we go. I'm getting it better. Okay. A little bit of sparkle. Got this one. There we go. One little fringe going the wrong way. Alright guys, well, that's it for today. Put my cap back on. Again, this was from Paper Craftery, and I'll link her video below. And then I'll get busy and try and figure out what we're going to work on tomorrow. But I really like this one, and I like that I like the shading of it, even though I can't really differentiate that lighter blue or that medium blue in there. Maybe if I'd gone darker blue and then black, it would have shown up better. I don't know. But I do like it, and I like that wink of Stella on there. So we've got some dimension, and we've got a little sparkle. So I'm going to say it again. I say it almost every time, but this is one of my favorites. This might be my favorite. I'm going to put it at the top of the list. This is number one, my favorite so far. And I would have probably thought that even without the wink of Stella, but this is definitely my top number one pick. So thanks for joining me, guys. I have no idea what we'll be doing tomorrow, but we'll be doing something. I'm going to go and try to get all this glitter off of me. And until then, thank you guys so much for joining me. This is Georgiana. I hope you guys have a happy crafty afternoon or evening or whatever, and I will talk to you later.